Hello you buggers, it's Duncan Kinnaird from DKG Custom here, and I'm here with a bit more of an update on the guitar case, amongst other things. So what else has been happening? Yeah, still more coming in on the old Tonewood thing. Still these people, there was one guy came on the other day, didn't even watch the video. He said he didn't even watch the video. He hasn't got time for that. And I spent 2 days making the whole project, so to say he hasn't got time to watch it is a bit ridiculous. He seemed to have plenty of time to write his response. But well, you know the old saying that opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. Well, I've got one. I mean, yes, I've got one, but I mean I've got another saying, whereas opinions are like arseholes, whether you like it or not, you can always find a cock in one of them. And well, there seems to be a few of those kicking around. Anyway, enough about that. I've gone pro. Hee hee. Well, as far as I've got a GoPro camera now, so that's going to be. This is my first use of the GoPro. The sound should be pretty good, hopefully. So I haven't got a tie mic. My apologies if it's not very good at all, but I'll sort that out. I'll get more cables and things. It's a real pain in the ass to plug the GoPro into a microphone, but never mind. But it'll be useful for when things are sorted out in here, the workshop's sorted out a bit more, and I'll be able to actually do guitar builds, videos of guitar builds. I think it'll be a bit more interesting than just seeing me ramble on about what I've been doing. Yeah, so there's going to be a bit of an investment going into the workshop, and making it more studio friendly, more recordable, and just some better gear, basically. Thanks to everyone who sent best wishes to my wife. She's back in hospital again, so we've got that to contend with as well. Not to mention work has just been ballistic, just so much work. But anyway, let's talk about guitar stuff, shall we? So there's the case. Now you saw that in the last video. Move around this way. I'll probably grab the camera, show you around a bit. So yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted. And I'll show you it in a minute. First of all, I want to talk about just guitar cases in general. Now the buyer of this guitar and the case, we set on a price of like 50 quid for a guitar case, which was, you know, how much you could spend to just get a budget hard case. And you know, he just thought, you know, it'd be nice to have a custom built one, so I thought I'd have a crack at it. So this is the first time I built a guitar case, and it probably shows. Now the question is whether or not you should build a guitar case, because you can get, if you're lucky, you can get for £100 brand new, you can get a Fender case, wherever it's manufactured, China, Indonesia, I think it's Indonesia. Yeah, for 100 quid. Now that seems like a lot of money, but you know what? It isn't. It isn't. Not when you break down how much has gone into that one. Timber and wood supplies alone, you know, they're not bought in bulk, they're bought in small pieces from the local DIY store, so they weren't cheap, so there's about £25 worth of timber in there. The various cloth was around about £25. All the hardware, that was around about £25. Foam, around about £25. So you see where this is going. 2 cans of spray adhesive. You know, they're like £7 each. Yeah, and not to mention all the bits and pieces I had just lying around that I used up in building the case. So, and not to mention time as well. So, yeah, if you're going to build a case, hopefully you're going to be building a case for a very special guitar. You just might as well go out and buy one. But anyway, it's quite smart looking. It's got a toweling material on the case and a faux suede end with a little bit of green here. You'll see why in a second. I'll try and show you this. Right. Is this going to be the best way to do it? Probably not. Right. So, let's open up the case. So, as you can see, you've got latches, 2 going one way, 1 going the other. That's just to prevent, you know, the case accidentally snagging. Say it's in the boot of your car, and yeah, something kicks them up. So it can't accidentally totally unlatch itself and open up and spill your guitar on the floor, which would be a bad thing. So here's the interior. You haven't seen it yet. You ready? Da, 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 da. Okay. And there we go. There's the interior. I think I'll try standing it up. So, let me go around the other side. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. I don't know what this is doing in here. It's a guitar. Maybe that's where it should live. Now, admittedly, I would have liked to have made it a couple of centimetres longer, because once you've got all the material in there, packing material, it is a bit of a snug fit, but it's well protected. It's fine. You've got a nice matching cloth. Matches that. If you just want to clean it, wipe your nose, something. Guitar strap. What have we got in here? Oh, you got an Epiphone sticker, an Epiphone owner's manual, and a beautiful Epiphone poster. Where did they come from? I don't know. Tools and space for strings. So you've got this lovely little pocket here. Okay. And of course you've got one on the other side. So you've got your cocaine, heroin, needles, and you know, just in case you get lucky at one of your gigs. I think this is so old. I think it's been endorsed by John Lennon. So there you go. There's the interior of the case. Take the guitar out, and you can see it. So it's all been. Wah! Ow! Also useful as a man trap. Right, let's try that again. Yeah. So you can see it's all been form fitted for the guitar. Neck rest, and the headstock's got like a double cutout, so the headstock sits in and the tuners sink a little bit lower. And there's a recess here, so there's not like undue pressure on the knobs and the switches, and the guitar is basically very, very gently held in place with a bit of foam at the top. So there you go. Is it the best case in the world? No, it's not. Like I said, it's the first case I've built. It had problems. I had problems with it. I admit that. one of the problems was drilling holes after the material had been glued on, because the drills snag on this material anyway, on the all the threads that go through, and they do tend to pull. And there is a bit of a nasty pull. Oh, one bit, you know, it's not bad. And also fitting the hardware at the top. I've moved it around a couple of times because I didn't quite like the position of it. And truth be told, the handle could have been like there, just a little bit more further over this way, for balance. The balance isn't bad, it just does droop down a tiny bit at that end. Yeah, so there you go, there's the case. Maybe I should have done a video of me making the case, but quite frankly it was all over the place trying to get it sorted, so yeah, it wouldn't have been a particularly great video if I make another case. Maybe I'll do a video for that. I won't be rushing out to build any cases. Yes, to help fund the development of DKG, its workshop and videos for you guys, a couple of guitars have gone onto eBay. The big problem with me doing this whole thing, rebuilding these guitars, is a lot of the guitars that I have been working on, you know, well, I say some of the guitars I've been working on are kind of like, you know, more like starter guitars rather than sort of mid-level. There's a couple mid and strat level guitars there. I kind of like not try to point out which ones are which. Bit of a stupid thing, really. I mean, but anyway, yeah. So they're kind of starter guitars, and so the big problem with that is a lot of you people who've come to my channel, gone to my website, have already got guitars, and you don't need starter guitars. You don't want starter guitars. So it's not a particularly good business plan, really, because what I need to do is intercept people before they go down to Argos and spend £150 on a piece of crap from there, when they could buy one of my pieces of crap, which are more interesting and better set up and more playable, and more likely that whoever is starting out with that guitar will be able to play the bloody thing and won't put it down after 5 minutes and give up. So yeah, so no one's buying the guitars, so they're just going to have to go on eBay and see what happens. I'll pop the link of the guitars, the eBay listings on there, so you can sit and watch them, put a bid on, you know, just to get the bloody ball moving. That would be useful, because you know for a fact no matter what bid you put on it, someone will put like 1p more and outbid you. That's what always happens with me. Oh yeah, interesting one. I got a left-handed Strat, and I was thinking, and this isn't original. It's not. I thought I was being original, but it's been done before. But I was thinking of making a Jimi Hendrix style or stylized guitar for right-handed players, because Jimi Hendrix used to play right-handed guitars, but left-handed, so everything was backwards and set up backwards. So I was thinking of taking the left-handed guitar and turn it into a right-handed guitar, but then everything will be backwards. So you can stand in the mirror and pretend to be Jimi Hendrix, as long as you're black and a legend. I guess most of us would just be won't fit that bill, but you know, it was a thought. I did have some requests for left-handed guitars. Yeah, so that's another thing. I've had some requests for guitars. I've had some people come to me asking about builds, and I did give one guy a bit of a lecture because he was asking me to custom build a guitar body and a neck, and he was telling me, you know, kind of like the bids he'd been given from other luthiers that were near him. I'm not sure where he is. He talked in euros, so he's not in the UK. And he was telling me, you know, he just thought that was just too much money. Well, I gave him a bit of a lecture saying that, you know, you shouldn't expect it's like Asian prices on guitar builds when you're going locally. It's just impossible. I mean, when you think about it, when you actually think about it, how much a guitar can cost, even a fairly expensive one is like £600. Or I say, some of you would say, well, that's a budget guitar, £600. But yeah, you could spend £600 on a guitar. That's a flipping bargain if you think about it. If you really think about it, if you think about how much you earn in a week, and if you've ever watched any videos of people building guitars, it's a long process. It's painstaking. It takes time. So if you are buying a guitar that's a couple of weeks' wages, that's about right. I'd have thought, at least, if not more. Because some guitars just take more time, more effort, a lot more skill. So be careful when you're like judging prices of guitars. I've seen some custom built guitars going on eBay, that guitars that should be worth thousands of pounds going for hundreds of pounds, and it's just shocking. It's just shocking how little people are willing to pay these days, because we've all seen the cheap imports. We've seen the price tag on these cheap imports. It's going to kill the industry. But one day all guitars will be made in China, whether you like it or not, because no one will want to pay the local prices for luthiers or idiots like me. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. You know, that cost £125 of materials, not including time. You can buy one for £100. You know, just doesn't balance. So anyway, but we'll crack on. We'll still make guitars because it's kind of fun, and they are wonderful things. Once things are beauty once you finish them, and we will crack on, build guitars, and hopefully start seeing the workshop come together a bit more, and you'll probably get to see more than just a black background. So till next time, bye for now. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I saw Ben the other day, and he was complaining that I hadn't used his intro for the last video. I'd gone back to using one that Mike G had done for me, you know, to keep things varied. Unfortunately for Ben, Mike sent through another one, and that's what was on the intro for this video. So just to keep Ben happy, take it away, Ben. Bye bye.